I'm sure you have realized by now that every single bad movement gives pain. When you go against your morals, you feel awful. When you stay up too late scrolling through social media, you feel awful. When you eat too much junk food, you feel awful. When you do something you know you shouldn't be doing, you feel terrible. Why is it always like this? Why does every bad decision lead to us feeling horrible afterwards? The answer to this question can be found in two words: conscious action. What makes an action bad or good is whether we feel good or bad after doing it. And what makes us feel good or bad after doing an action is our consciousness of the action. We are consciously aware of what we're doing and what the consequences of our actions are. Therefore, if we don't feel good after doing something, it means it was a bad thing for us to do. If we don't feel bad after doing something, it means it was a good thing for us to do. It's as simple as that. This is what we call our intuition or gut feeling. We innately know what is good or bad for us. We innately know what will make us feel good or bad. But most of the time we ignore it because we want to indulge in the short-term pleasures of our lives and not think about the long-term consequences. That's why we feel horrible afterwards. So every bad movement gives pain. So what does every pain give? A lot of people, when they experience pain from their past decisions, try to escape from it. They try to forget about it and move on. And there's nothing wrong with that. But one thing that many people fail to realize is that this pain they're experiencing is a valuable opportunity for them to learn from their mistakes and become better human beings. You see, the reason why we experience pain when we do something bad is so that we learn from it and never repeat it again. That's why we feel horrible when we cheat on our significant other, when we lie to our parents, when we steal someone's things, when we disrespect someone, etc., so that we learn from it and never repeat it again. But here's the funny thing. Most people who experience this pain don't actually take the time to learn from it. They simply feel the pain, try to escape it, and then once the pain goes away, they simply move on with their lives and forget about it. And guess what happens? They end up repeating the same mistakes over and over again. That's why a lot of people end up living miserable lives full of regrets because they never take the time to learn from their pain. So what should you do instead? Well, the next time you feel pain from a bad decision you made, you need to ask yourself 3 questions. No 1, what did I do? No 2, why did I do it? And no 3, how can I improve? By answering these 3 questions, you will get a very clear understanding of what went wrong, why it went wrong, and how you can improve yourself so that you don't repeat the same mistakes again. Trust me, by doing this alone, you will start to drastically reduce the amount of bad decisions you make in your life. Now we have established that every bad movement gives pain and every pain gives a lesson. What does every lesson give? Every lesson gives a person, changes a person. Think about it. If you keep making the same mistakes over and over again without learning from them, you will only get worse as a person. But if you learn from your mistakes, you will only get better as a person. In fact, your greatest teacher in life will be your mistakes. Your mistakes will teach you things that no one else can teach you. Your mistakes will give you experiences that no one else can give you. The reason why some people never learn from their mistakes is because they either do not experience any pain from their mistakes or they experience too much pain from their mistakes. If you don't experience enough pain from your mistakes, you won't feel like it's a big deal and therefore you won't learn from it. For example, let's say you accidentally break a vase while playing at home. If the vase costs $5, you will probably be careless and not think twice about it. However, if the vase cost $500, you would definitely be more careful because the consequences of your actions would be much higher. On the other hand, if you experience too much pain from your mistakes, you will feel overwhelmed and think that you can't possibly recover from it. For example, let's say you cheated on your significant other. If you feel too much pain and guilt from it, you might just give up on relationships altogether. So in order to learn from your lessons, you need to find the sweet spot between not feeling enough pain and not feeling too much pain. Let's summarize everything we have talked about today. Every bad movement gives pain. Every pain gives a lesson. Every lesson changes a person. This means that every bad movement changes a person. The reason why this happens is because we are conscious of our actions and the consequences of those actions. Therefore, if we do something bad, we innately know that we did something bad, which is why we feel pain from it. The purpose of this pain is to teach us a lesson so that we can improve ourselves and never repeat the same mistakes again. However, most people either don't learn from their mistakes, or they learn the wrong lessons from their mistakes. Those who don't learn from their mistakes continue to repeat the same mistakes over and over again, leading them to a miserable life full of regrets. Those who learn the wrong lessons from their mistakes may improve on that particular area of their lives, but they end up creating new problems in different areas of their lives. So remember, my friends, every bad movement changes a person. Are you embracing the change that comes from your mistakes, or are you trying to escape from it? There's a saying that goes, if you don't learn from your mistakes, you're doomed to repeat them. Don't be doomed. Embrace your mistakes, learn from them, and improve from them. By doing so, you will become a better version of yourself every single day. Now I have a question for you. What is the most valuable lesson you have learned from your mistakes? Share your experiences with us in the comments below. By sharing your experiences, you will not only help others, but you will also solidify the lesson in your mind, making it easier for you to remember in the future. Before we finish, I would like to invite you to our free newsletter, The Daily Uplift. Every morning when you wake up, we will send you a small dose of motivation to help you start your day off right. We have already sent over 800,000 emails and have gotten a lot of positive feedback from people all around the world. If you want to join our email list, the link is in the description below. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great week ahead. See you soon. Bye-bye.